Hi, Teresa. So, after reading your drafts, I think, as far as like kind of moving through the questionnaire and kind of addressing all the things required of the peer review, um, I think the introduction was pretty good. I think maybe just having a little more thorough background into entirely why you're kind of discussing this and how it kind of relates to the foreign or belonging aspect or something similar to that would probably help your introduction a lot. My first impression is that, it's still this is very early stages. I think really expanding upon what you have and maybe introducing how the impact of the facilities that Native Americans are oftentimes kind of put into by their families can impact them in other ways. Obviously, like economically, and then, kind of paying respect to people is pretty important, but, it also affects them deeper. And you kind of addressed it like on the surface. I think maybe just going into it in more intricate detail would probably help you to make the paper longer. And then you could also use sources in there to help kind of back up what you're saying, because a lot of what I feel like you're saying is correct, but you don't have a lot of like substantial proof um, to back up what you're saying, and that's where you could introduce your sources, and I think that would really help kind of clear everything up. I think your draft is it's making a clear statement, and I think it is persuasive, but like I said, with just a little more fleshed out background to what you're trying to say, and then having those sources to support like factually what you're trying to get across and how it affects people, especially like with the facilities that you're discussing. Um, the biggest part, and this probably is just an aspect of it being an early draft, is that I think a lot of your sentence structure was very repetitive. You would state something and then you would state it slightly different, and then state it another way, almost similar. It felt like you were kind of just repeating what you were wanting to say. Where I think if you condensed them together, made one concrete, clear sentence saying what you want, um, would improve a lot of the reading. Um, but yeah, I think, and it's again a rough draft, so I don't know how critical to be of the sentence structure and grammar, but just probably going over um, and really taking a hard look at the sentence structure to make sure you're not being too repetitive like that, and make sure the sentences really communicate what you want and you don't have just filler. I know with the word count it could be a little hard, but it would make the reading a lot easier. Um, my favorite thing about the draft is really your message. I think it is a great message. I think, certainly the elderly, especially in Native American communities, oftentimes do suffer from places like you describe. And I think you do a pretty good job of kind of describing how it can impact people and why you think it's necessary. But again, just like the sources, fleshing it out a little more. And I think if you really focus on, just again, revision, um, it'll be great. Thank you.